So long from Philadelphia. Let's get you back now to the studio.
The Philadelphia 76ers get the much-needed win. Hey, welcome inside our Los Angeles studio. She is the one and only Chiney Ogwumike. He is Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. Before we hand you over to the Timberwolves-Milwaukee Bucks game, we want to show you a little action. If the Pelicans are the sleeper team, though, the Timberwolves, they don't seem to be creeping up on anybody. All of a sudden, they have real expectations, and they have an interesting test tonight as our all-access culminates with their game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Those big man matchups are interesting.
Oh, yeah, especially with Giannis Antetokounmpo, but Rudy Gobert anchors the number one defense in the NBA. They've got a little bit of everything. They've got the all-star and Ant Edwards. They have Cat, who allows them to play two bigs, stretch the floor, and then you've got the defense.
Absolutely, but look, let's not sleep on the Bucks. I know before the All-Star break they dropped two, but they did have a signature win against the Denver Nuggets.
Well, it is time to get you out to Minnesota, where we have been building up to this game all day with all access. We will see you at halftime.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Walt Disney World Resort, the most magical place on earth.
Welcome to Minneapolis. Giannis and Milwaukee taking on the top team in the Western Conference. Part of an all-access day. A revelatory, revealing few hours for those still getting familiar with a team that's no longer a secret and getting to know the players that are top dogs in the Western Conference inside the Minnesota uniforms.
Don't sweat the technique.
It's down. It's down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
The Timberwolves are standing on business right now.
We're number one in the West, and we're winning at a high level. If everybody stays healthy, I think we're going to be a problem.
Don't sweat the technique.
Let's go.
Timberwolves win, putting the league on notice.
Ball players, big team.
The Bucks are now 3-7 under Doc Rivers.
He came into a situation that was a little bit demoralizing. It's gotten worse.
It's been difficult.
We got to stay with it, man. Weather the storm.
We got to want it like our life is depending on it.
Oh, Giannis Antetokounmpo with authority.
Great freak scam. Still got room to grow. Still got plans and go. Stay close. Daytime.
Anthony Edwards, skies.
That's probably my best dunk of my career.
Never sweat the technique.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. From Minneapolis, where the success of this year's Timberwolves team is conjuring up images of 2004, the last time they went to the Western Conference Finals. And welcome, everyone, inside Mark Jones courtside, along with Richard Jefferson, Katie George joining us in just a minute. Richard, let's start with Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves, on pace to become the first T-Wolves player to go 25 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds for the season. But he's proven that he's more than a guy that plays just one side of the ball and an implacable scorer.
He was drafted number 1 in the NBA draft because of his offensive ability, his offensive talent. But the reason why his team is number 1 is because of the Minnesota defense and the growth that they have had. And that includes Rudy Gobert, who a lot of people believe can be the defensive player of the year this year. And on the other side, the Milwaukee Bucks, they are trending in the opposite direction on the defensive end. This was a team that always had everything locked in on the defensive end. They've changed so many things in the last couple of years. You look at their efficiency. They went from 4th to 17th, and they're hoping Doc Rivers can fix their problem.
Pretty steep learning curve under the new head coach, Doc Rivers, as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups delivered by Taco Bell. For the visitors, Dame Lillard, the All-Star Game MVP, Beasley in the backcourt, Crowder in place of Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez on the front line. For the home crew, Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns made an All-Star appearance as well. And at the 5, Rudy Gobert. This is the second meeting of the season between these two squads. And more importantly, maybe in the long run for Minnesota, this is the beginning of a 7-game homestand where they hope to make up even more ground in the Western Conference.
Wait on me.
As you listen to James Capers, one of our 3 officials tonight, and we are underway.